Welcome to Conservative Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. This week we talked about polls versus public sentiment, and that most polls are called push polls because they reflect bias of those sponsoring the poll. One of our members mentioned that she is for the people and that the poll of the people is public sentiment. Also, Norman Vincent Peale came up in conversation. Mr. Peale said whenever he traveled across the US, he always noticed that wherever the church was, so was the American flag. We also talked about yard signs and that we have 9 candidates running for governor in the upcoming Republican primary here in Illinois. At Consciousness Hour, we discussed that we are not a product of our environment, but that our environment is a product of us. If we put it out there, it will manifest, and not the other way around. Yet we all yearn for new leadership at the top to get us out of this mess. I was reminded of the Ibsen play about the tannery that is leaking toxins into the drinking water of the community. No one wants to hear this or face it because everyone is dependent on the tannery. Is electing a new governor to serve as the head of the tannery going to fix the problem? They say that every generation has a worldview, and that worldview has unexpected consequences. I've been asking lately, what generation is running the world today? And the answer apparently is the baby boomers and the Generation X people. Baby boomers are the greatest generation. And the Generation X folks, although maligned, are probably well-intentioned. Whatever the case, we have arrived at this time and place and are living with the unexpected consequences of the generation that came before us, which we are very likely part of. Am I saying that we are all corrupted beyond redemption? What I gathered from this week's call is that our thinking is what is poisoned or corrupted by our perception of how the world works. We think it works in a certain way, and that because of that, we have to play the game a certain way. But this is the part we have wrong. The world is a result of the way we think, not the other way around. But because we think this, many of us are single issue voters. And then we wonder why politicians pander to us. We are part of the problem. One of our participants pointed this out to me and said, that's the premise of lobbying. People do not lobby for many, many issues. They lobby for just one issue. If I was a political candidate, I would be for everything. I would be pro-life and pro-abortion. And I would be for guns and for gun control. I would be for equal rights and for protected class. But the caveat to all that would be, as long as it's all within the letter, law, and spirit of the Constitution. Norman Vincent Peale is known for the power of positive thinking. And I did check in with the Marble Collegiate Church, and they still describe themselves as possibilitarians. They are currently in a period of discernment to map out the future of their church. And what does that tell us? We know the church has a constitution, but they also have a series of lobbying propositions: social justice, inclusion, and reparations. And what is their constitution? Jesus Christ. So what can we do? We can support candidates who are running who support the Constitution. We can consider running for office on a platform of upholding the Constitution, and we can help educate ourselves and others about not being a single issue voter, but being a single issue voter about the Constitution. If you would like to join us for Conservative Coffee Hour, I will include my email in the description of this video, and I'll be happy to send you an invite. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.